Hey everybody. Welcome back to, another video for me. It's actually not a welcome back. Like I send these to you guys. You guys don't even ask for them. They just sort of pop up on my Patreon. Trying to create content, that kind of thing, give you guys some stuff to talk about, some stuff to know about. So today we're doing another one of my Tuesday random videos. I have been doing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077, so I'm just going to kind of go with something easy today. I also have to work. I'm working on the Maximum Apocalypse lore that you guys wanted or requested based on the poll that I put out there. So for Scavengers and Teleporters and Heroes, you guys, I think it's actually just Heroes, huh? Yeah, Heroes and Teleporters. You guys got to vote on what you wanted to see, and the vote was for world building lore stuff. So I talked to Mike about some things, and I've been working on it. A sneak peek should have appeared last week, so you guys can see that. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check and make sure that it went up properly. I got busy, and so like the cool thing about Patreon is that you can like sort of let things drop on a schedule their posts, which is pretty cool. And I was a bit busy. It's been like holiday season kind of stuff. So, but anyway. Here we've got today. I've got something to talk about. I've got Mecha Hack to talk about because today. Sorry, I probably should clarify. Today's random video is RPG Spotlight by Scott Ewells. Not that anyone tremendously cares what Heroic Studios Gaming's Heroic Studio Gaming thinks about other games, but I mean, I do have opinions on other games. I play a lot of them, so I, or at least have read a lot of them, or have played a lot of them, so I should have at least one opinion about them. I have actually played Mecha Hack with the creator of Mecha Hack, Matt Click. He's one of the members of Absolute Tabletop. It's a faction of 4 who makes some good stuff. I have actually done stuff with both Michael Barker and Matt Click, so it's 2 of 4. I've met them all. I've been to ACON. Shirt. Whoa. Started the studio month and did not mean to do that. So I've got the shirt from this it's 2019 AtCon on. This one was my favorite AtCon. I have the shirt for 2020 as well. Not that I'm saying this is my favorite shirt. This is actually a pretty cool shirt. But no, AtCon was really fun 2019, so I was wearing the shirt to support that. This is when I met the guys at AtCon, right? I met the Absolute Tabletop crew. So I think 1 or 2 of them remember me. I don't know if they all remember me. I bet if I were to run into like Tim or James somewhere, they probably would be like, vaguely remember you. Nah, they're cool. They're cool dudes. It's a great community. If you're not part of the Absolute Tabletop group on Facebook, maybe consider it. They're pretty cool. Everyone there is relatively nice. It is an accepting community. So if anyone ever decides to be kind of a bigot or a jerk, the community as a whole basically ostracizes that person. Not that they ostracize them negatively, but like they sort of try to give them some correction, and if they don't correct themselves, then they kind of go, all right, well, then we'll have nothing to do with you. No, there's been some stories about people who got corrected and did correct themselves. Like they stopped being kind of a jerk and they stopped being kind of a bigot, and they are now, they're fully in the fold. Everyone's totally fine, gives them hugs when they see him, that kind of thing. So it's like a growing experience for some people, and for other people, it's like a cool place to feel like you're part of a community, and like that's the thing they foster. So I'm sure if I ran into Tim or James, whom I met. I'm sure if I ran into them, they would be like, "Oh yeah, hey, I remember you," because they're those kinds of guys. But definitely, I definitely met and Michael Barker and I have done things together. Not too much, but they, like enough that if I were to talk to them, they would be like, "Oh hey Scott, what's up?" In fact, I joined both of their Patreons, and Michael Barker. Barker sent me a message that was like, Scott. So like he totally remembers me. So it's cool. But anyway, let's talk about Mecha Hack. Let's not talk about my friendship with random other people. Let's talk about Mecha Hack. So Mecha Hack is a very light game, as you can see by this. And in some ways, like I'm hoping that like this is what beta read is going to look like, right? Essentially, because it's going to be about roughly the same pages now that I've like had to add a bunch of this 43 pages. And the last page is an OGL. So in theory, I could make Mecha Hack Adventures and put them up on the Patreon, and I might consider that because I'm having trouble with Call of Cthulhu, who's got some really strict rules on how you make Call of Cthulhu. I thought it was going to be fine because of Miskatonic Repository, but it turns out that it's not. So I might change to Mecha Hack instead. But anyway, let's get into Mecha Hack. So Mecha Hack is a hack game like the Black Hack or other hack games that you might be aware of, and it sort of follows that sort of Black Hack concept of like you're gonna have a couple of stats, in this case 4 stats, and you're gonna want to roll a d20 and get under your stat to succeed on whatever it is that you're trying to do. So for example, if you're trying to shoot somebody, that's gonna be a power check. Let me make sure I get all the stats right so I can be real about it. Yeah, power is tested for strength and attacks. Mobility is for speed and avoiding damage. Systems is for testing sensors, and your computers it's like for finding hostile things and weak targets, things like that. Scrambling communications, and then presence, which is essentially your charisma. It's used to intimidate enemies, inspire awe, or overcoming fear and uncertainty. And in some cases, based on the mission, it might be even the thing you do to not, go. Like have some negative effects. The main thing about Mecha Hack is you are a mech. There are some pilot rules, but for the most part, the game is built around the mechs. Because, for example, if a pilot like out of their mech tries to like shoot a gun at a mech, it will literally do nothing. I think it's like ridiculously small amounts of damage. Meanwhile, if a mech just goes like with like their finger, they crush a pilot. So this is what we're talking about. It's a vastly different power level. So the game is mostly played as mechs doing cool mech things. And it's essentially if you wanted to play like Voltron, the RPG, or you want to play Robotech or any of the other sort of mech stories, Transformers, for example, you could do that. We played in a Voltron game where we basically combined all the mechs, and then there's actually rules for like combining pilots together and doing like multiple actions as like one action. There's some rules for that. It's not here, I don't think. I think it was one of those sort of after the fact creations that they ran with. You can definitely find it on like Absolute Tabletop, and I think they may include it in their missions book, which has just ended in Kickstarter. So, not yesterday or anything like that, but like, recently this month. So the different, the missions book is an expansion on this. So there's now an expansion on this, but basically you're going to play as a mech pilot and you're going to do crazy things like, you're going to break the barricade, the blockade. Break the Blockade was actually a mission that I did with Joseph, my friend Joseph Sterling, and some cool people. I didn't actually know the other two guys very well. In fact, I knew of them, sort of feeling, but like I didn't actually know them. And then Matt ran it. So Matt Click, the creator of Mecha Hack, ran the game for us, and it was the first of their Kickstarter sort of runs of the mission. So there's like things like that. Like you're gonna, as a group of mechs, you're gonna break the blockade, or what are some example missions that they've got in here? Example mission: there are guerrilla insurgents. You have to defend an objective in a dense wilderness, like that kind of thing. It's like a roll table to determine the missions. But essentially, there's like a mission hazard, like there's disgruntled laborers, or there's incorrect intel. So you sort of go and you're gonna do a mission where you're gonna assault a place, or you're gonna defend a place, and you're gonna do cool like Gundam mech things and do a bunch of jumping around and using your shield to block missiles and like blow them up, and then like smoke clears and you're still standing there, like that kind of thing, and like unload on them and that kind of stuff. It's really fun. It's really a very, very light game. It's I think what was the term that they called it in the Kickstarter? Like somebody had reviewed it and called it I can't even remember, like a rules casual kind of game or something like that. Anyway, it is very easy. Like legitimately, you have your stats, which are made through the same system that you make stats with, like original D&D kind of style. You're gonna roll 3d6, like that kind of thing down the line, and then those are your numbers, and then you just kind of go with it, right? And that's what you do. So you just kind of you roll your d20 and you try to get under the number to succeed at whatever you're doing, shooting a guy or whatever nuts. The best part is that like it really is up to you. It's really simple because you don't have like these crazy random like ACs and stuff to beat. You basically just roll under. If you manage to succeed in your power roll, you totes hit the guy. If he says you're getting shot at, you make a mobility roll. If you manage to get under your mobility, then you totes dodge the attack. It's that simple. It's that kind of game. Very simple system. And it's very fun. You should pick it up and play with your friends. It's really cheap to buy. The mission manual I'm buying, like I bought this one, and I can't remember. I think it was like $15 or something like that. and or $10, and then the mission manual, which is like I think 40 missions or something. That's going to be another like $15, right? So like $30, which is like half the cost of a regular game book, and I have like a complete game with a bunch of pre-generated missions. And an extra, because there's 4 pilot types which give you special benefits, and 4 mech types which give you other special benefits, and like your dice for like power rolls and stuff. Because the one thing you can do is you can do a couple of different cool things, but you have to check to make sure that your energy core, that your power core doesn't like overheat, and then you have to like take time to like cool it down. So your different mechs have different things they can do, or they do different things. Have bigger power cores, that kind of stuff. There are 4 mech types. Just gonna kind of do that. There are 4 mech types because I don't want to like get copyright problems. 4 mech types in your that you can choose from, but then there are 4 more in the mission manual, so that's 8 mech types now. And then like the same thing, there's 4 pilot types, and there are 4 more in the mission manual, so there's now 8 pilot types. So you can have these cool mix match kind of things. You can have up to 64 different kinds of mechs and pilots in like a game. So that's the thing. So anyway, that's my review of Mecha Hack. I give it the 2 thumbs that I always give, and I have no caveats on this one. So 2 thumbs, and they stay 2 thumbs with no caveats. So great job, guys, at Absolute Tabletop. It's a wonderful game. Thumbs up to you for I'll actually go ahead and give the right credits to the right people. To Matt Click for being the project lead, to Matt Click, Michael Barker, James Kearney, and Tim Kearney for writing it. For Matt Click for doing the layout. Talia, I'm sorry if I totally messed that up. Talia for doing the proofreading, and of course Brandish Gilhelm of Runehammer Games. If you guys don't know Brandish, he was the one that created he did the character sheet for Maximum Apocalypse. So big shout out to him for a good job on all of the art. So that's it. That's my review. I hope you guys like it. Again, if you like these, great. Let me know. If you hate them, I will stop doing them. You got to let me know that too. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep creating stuff, and you're going to have to keep dealing with it in your inbox or, whatnot. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you later.